Thank you for stopping by to visit the channel for this game preview. If you want to stay updated with the latest news, highlights, or game previews, please hit that subscribe button and check the notification bell so you won't miss another video. Today we're going to head to Stillwater, Oklahoma to preview the matchup between the 17th ranked Boise State Broncos and the 24th ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys. Both teams come into the season 2-0 with impressive victories on their schedule, and by impressive I'm talking about the margin of victory. So let's take a look at the tail of the tape. When you look at the overall metrics, the two teams are not ranked below 28th in the 5 major categories. Even though we have a small sample size between the two teams, both the Broncos and the Cowboys have looked good against their competition. In overall S&P+, Boise has a slight advantage over Oklahoma State by 1.2 points, but the spread is in favor of the Cowboys at -2.5. Both teams provide top 10 scoring offenses, and they are also tied in third in total offenses against FBS competition. Boise State defeated both Troy and UConn by a combined total of 118-27, which includes a 62-7 drubbing of UConn at home, putting up a video game-like number of 818 yards of total offense. 400 of those yards came from on the ground. You heard me correct, and I don't care who you are. Anytime you put up 800 yards of offense, you're pretty darn good. That's hard to do against air, much less against a group of 5 team. To put it in context, UCF put up 652 yards of UConn in their season opener, so that gives you an idea of just how bad UConn's defense is. Also, Boise is averaging 9.14 yards per play against FBS opponents, which is behind UCF's 9.31 yards per play. They are also led by Brett Rippon, who is one of the top quarterbacks in the country. He can put the ball anywhere on the field, and in his 4th year, he has seen it all. He's completed 73% of his passes, and he's averaging 11.9 yards per pass attempt. Last year, he guided Boise to the 22nd ranked passing offensive S&P+, and they were 10th in passing down offense S&P+ as well. Oklahoma State's defense is a bit of a mixed bag. They usually start off ranked high in defensive S&P+. They are currently ranked at 12th, but then they slowly fade late in the year. Last year, they finished 70th in the country in that category. Jim Knowles came from Duke as the defensive coordinator, and he is known for running a 4-2-5 scheme as opposed to the previous 4-3 defense that was ran under Glenn Spencer. They have their work cut out for them against an explosive Boise State attack, but the 4-2-5 will help put their athletes out in the field to fly around and make plays. Time will tell if this change in defensive scheme will bring about an upward trend in their defensive S&P+. Taylor Cornelius has the unfortunate task of being the quarterback that follows up after Mason Rudolph. He's big, he's 6'6", he has a big arm, but he's erratic in ball placement and making correct reads. The potential is there, but he needs to have a big game against a disciplined Boise State defense. Speaking of needing a big game, the offensive line and running backs need a stronger showing. Against Southwest Missouri State, they ran for 7.98 yards per carry, and against South Alabama, they ran for 3.73 yards per carry, which is a 53% drop-off in production, along with the offensive line giving up 11 tackles for loss. That is not good, especially when you're going up against a Boise State defense that returns 10 starters from a defense that was 16th in takeaways and 12th in forced fumbles. This is a solid, experienced defensive front with quality depth, and that is something that is not often stated by a group of 5 team. There's not just one guy to key on if you're Oklahoma State. You need to account for everyone on that side of the ball. Durant Miles, Curtis Weaver, Desmond Williams, just block everybody out there. This is a defense that allowed UConn to cross the 40-yard line one time. The keys to the game for Boise State? Simple. Don't do what you don't do. What I mean by that is don't do things you normally wouldn't do. Turn the ball over, have stupid penalties. Essentially play mistake-free football and rely on your experience to get the W. For Oklahoma State, the offensive line must show up against Boise State's defensive front, and they can't put themselves behind the chains on offense. Boise State's defensive front is hard to block, and they got their work cut out for them. If the offensive line holds a point and they do their job, they got a shot at winning this one. This one is an interesting game for me because we don't know how good both these teams are. Both played excellent against teams they were supposed to beat, and when I see the spread at 2.5 for Oklahoma State, it looks like Vegas has given the Broncos some respect, but at the same time, they are questioning their first 2 games. I really like the Cowboys to win this one if they have Mason Rudolph at quarterback. So in this one, I'm going to go with Boise State to pull it off, but I think this one is going to be really close and it's going to be a high-scoring game, something along the lines of 35-28. And that's all I got for you on this game preview. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'll look forward to seeing it. Also, if you disagree, make sure you back it up with some solid data and facts. Make sure you keep it civil in the comments if you're going back and forth with the opposition. Thank you for your support and be on the lookout for the next video.